Hey Nick, long time no talk. Do you have a moment right now?
Paige? Wow, it really has been a while. Everything okay?
I was just thinking about you recently. You're still working as a coordinator in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, that's right. I've been helping out tourists here, showing them around, recommending local places to eat and shop, pretty much making sure they have the best possible Hawaiian experience.
That sounds like such a cool job. Are things super busy over there?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's been non-stop lately. Tourists keep coming in waves. You know how it is. Hawaii never really goes out of style.
Sounds like it has to be pretty tiring there, but I love that for you. Anyway, the reason I messaged you is because I've got some news. Kind of out of the blue, but I'm going to be heading to Hawaii soon.
Wait, seriously? That's amazing! So I'll finally get to see you in person?
Yeah, my mother-in-law actually suggested it. Totally unexpected, but she asked if we should take a trip somewhere, and then she brought up Hawaii.
Your mother-in-law sounds awesome. That's such a sweet idea.
She really is. She doesn't usually come up with plans like this, so it kind of caught me off guard, but in a good way. Honestly, I'm excited, but also a little nervous. None of us have ever been to Hawaii before, so everything is new.
Well, lucky for you, you've got me. Seriously, let me help you plan everything. I can put together a solid itinerary for you guys. Where you want to go, what you want to do, whatever it is, I've got you covered.
Thanks, that means a lot. I talked with my mother-in-law, and she's doing most of the research on places she wants to visit. I think she's already made a little list of restaurants and shops she wants to check out.
Perfect. Once you're here, I'll make sure you guys get to those places with no stress. What about your accommodations? Have you booked a hotel yet?
Not yet. We haven't gotten that far in the planning process.
Great, then let me recommend a place. There's a spot I know that's not just beautiful, but also super convenient for getting around. It's a little on the higher end, but I have a good relationship with the manager there. I could pull a few strings and get you a great deal.
Are you sure? That sounds like a lot to ask.
Come on, Paige, of course I'm sure. It'd honestly mean a lot to me to help. And besides, my mom will really be looking forward to seeing you too. She still remembers how kind you were when she was going through that tough time.
I didn't do anything special back then.
Don't downplay it. You were there for us when a lot of people weren't. To me, that makes you family. I'll always have your back.
You're going to make me cry. Thank you, Nick. Honestly, this makes me feel a lot better about the trip. Once we nail down the dates, I'll send you our schedule.
Sounds like a plan. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good to catch up in person after all this time.
Same here. Talk soon, Nick.
Take care, Paige. See you soon.
Paige, I wanted to talk to you about the Hawaii trip. Is now a good time? Of course. Is everything okay? It's about the schedule. We had a family meeting, and after going back and forth a bit, we finally settled on the end of next month for the trip. The end of next month? Yeah, why? Is there an issue? Well, is that date set in stone? Would it be possible to shift it to a different time? Wait, why? Is something wrong with that week? We've already had a tough time getting everyone's availability to line up, and honestly, that window might be the only time we can all go. It's just that Ben's been scheduled for a business trip around that time. It's already been locked in. What? Are you serious? Why didn't anyone say anything earlier? It's not something that came up in the last few days. This trip has been on his calendar for a while now, and it's not something he can just push around. His company is sending him out of state, and those plans are finalized. Well, that's not fair. We're not exactly flexible either. You're not the only ones going. The McGees are joining us too, and you know how busy they are. It's a miracle we even found a date that worked for them. Of course, I understand. I know how tricky it is to organize a group trip like this, and I know you've been planning this for a while. I'm not trying to complicate things. So can't Ben try to adjust his schedule? I mean, come on, this is his family vacation. His brother will be there. It would be ridiculous if one son could make it and the other couldn't. I know, believe me, Ben wants to go. We were even talking about picking up a nice set of watches as a keepsake, something just for the two of us, since this was going to be our first big family trip since getting married. Exactly. He said he wanted to take you shopping and show you around. That was supposed to be part of the whole experience, and now he's just not coming? I haven't said that yet. I'll talk to him again and see if there's any chance he can work something out, but realistically, it doesn't look promising. So he might not come at all. I'm sorry, I just don't want to give you false hope. We'll try, but if the company says no, then it's no. And you're still planning on coming on your own? Yes, of course. I'd still love to go. I really want to spend time with everyone. Well, I don't know. It's not exactly ideal if you come alone. Wait, what do you mean by that? Forget it. It's not important right now. Just check with Ben and let me know as soon as possible. If he can't make it, I need confirmation right away. We're working with a travel agent, and we want to book the flights and hotel before prices go up again. Okay, I understand. I'll talk to him and get back to you as soon as I can. Good. And about the hotel, I've got a local coordinator in Hawaii who's helping us out. He's got a few recommendations for places to stay. Do you know him well? Is he someone we can really trust? From what I've heard, yes. Apparently, he works pretty frequently with tourists and travel groups. Everyone who's worked with him has had good things to say. He seems really helpful and responsive. That's good to hear. I just want to make sure we're not walking into some overpriced tourist trap. You hear stories all the time about people getting scammed. No, don't worry. He even said he'd handle all the local guiding for free. Wait, free? Why? He said it's because we're friends. That honestly makes me even more nervous. Sometimes the people who offer things for free are the ones you have to watch out for. That's when the hidden costs show up later. I hear you, but he's not like that. His name's Nick. I've already been in contact with him a few times, and he's been nothing but professional. You'll see. He's a decent guy. All right, I'll trust your judgment on this. I'll still do a little background check myself just to be sure, but thanks for letting me know. No problem, and I'll talk to Ben tonight. Good. Oh, and one more thing. Once you decide on a hotel, make sure you run it by me before you go ahead and book. I want to go over the details myself. I'd like to double-check everything before we commit. Sure, that makes sense. I'll let you know before we confirm anything. Perfect. Let's hope Ben can make it work. I hope so too. I know it would mean a lot to him to be there with everyone. Today's finally the day! Our family trip starts now. Let's make the most of it and enjoy this vacation as a family. Absolutely. I've been looking forward to this. I really hope we can all enjoy ourselves together. Oh, sorry. That message was actually meant for Ben. Sent it to you by mistake. No worries, but I really am excited too. I'm grateful to be a part of this trip. Is that so? Well, that's nice to hear, I suppose. By the way, I'm already at the airport now. Where are you all? I thought we could do the check-in process together. What are you talking about? Why are you at the airport? I'm here because I'm joining the family trip. Isn't that what we agreed on? What nonsense is this? This is a family vacation. Yes, I understand that. That's why I'm here. You're not family. You're just the wife of my son! I didn't buy a ticket for you. Go home! Excuse me? What are you saying? I said you're not part of this family trip. Why on earth would I go out of my way to buy a plane ticket for you? But you specifically talked to me about this being a family vacation and even asked for my input. Why would I think I wasn't invited? You really are unbelievably presumptuous. Did you seriously think of yourself as part of our family? Of course I did. I'm Ben's wife. That makes me family. Legally, sure, but I've never once considered you family in my heart. Not even for a second. I don't know what to say to that. Look, to be perfectly honest, we did think about bringing you along initially, but only as Ben's +1, like a travel companion. You were never meant to be a formal part of the trip. Wait, so I was just going to be treated as some sort of helper? Exactly! The idea was for you to assist us, help carry things, handle the hotel check-ins, take care of little errands. You weren't invited as a member of the family, just as someone to make our lives easier while traveling. Why? Why would you treat me that way? Because, let's be honest, you're nothing but a parasite living off Ben's paycheck. You don't work, you don't contribute. All you do is housework, and that barely qualifies you for anything. And now you think you deserve a vacation with us? That's not fair at all. I used to work full-time before we got married. Ben and I decided together that I would stop working to focus on building our home life. It wasn't some lazy decision, it was a choice we made as a couple. Well, from my point of view, you're just mooching off our family. That's how I've always seen you, and parasites don't get vacation privileges. You should have stayed at home like you were supposed to. Keep yourself out of sight. So you're seriously planning to leave without me? Yes, that's exactly what I've been saying this entire time. You're not worried about how Ben will feel about leaving me behind? He'll get over it. He's used to cleaning up your emotional messes anyway. I see. I guess that says everything I need to know. Good! So now you understand your place. From now on, remember who you are in this family. Watch your tone when you speak to us. Stay quiet, stay humble, or I'll make sure Ben realizes just how much of a burden you really are. You'll be out of the house before you know it. Understood. Excuse me, but what the hell is going on here? I'm sorry, what are you referring to? Because of you, we're suddenly dealing with a massive mess right now. Me? That's strange. As far as I recall, I was told not to come on this trip. It's about the hotel. You were supposed to be the one in charge of making the reservation. You said you'd handle it. Yes, and? And now we've shown up, ready to check in, and they're telling us no! We'd been denied at the front desk. They're saying there's no reservation under our name. Did you not book anything? It's not quite that simple. What's that supposed to mean? You better fix this right now. This is your responsibility. Actually, there seems to be a little misunderstanding here. A what? I wasn't the one directly booking the hotel. That was being handled by Nick, our coordinator. He was the one arranging the accommodations on our behalf. Nick? What are you talking about? Nick is a well-known coordinator based here in Hawaii. He's incredibly connected and has relationships with many high-end resorts and restaurants. He was going to use his connections to secure our lodging. Did you not hear from him? I did, actually. As soon as we landed, I got a message from him saying he wasn't going to assist us anymore. That's all he said. No explanation, just that he wouldn't be handling anything. I see. That makes sense, though. Makes sense? What part of this makes any sense to you? Did you know Nick is actually a highly sought-after coordinator here? We're talking about someone who works with celebrities and foreign VIPs. Some hotels only accept reservations through him. And the place you were planning to stay at? It's one of them. A private villa-style resort with its own beach. Extremely exclusive. Yes, I know that. That's why we were all looking forward to it. I bragged to everyone back home about it. Then I imagine you also know how hard it is to even get a room there. Without Nick's name behind the reservation, it's basically impossible to book. So, when he backed out, well, that explains why you're being turned away. Okay, but why would he back out last minute? That's completely unprofessional. Because he found out I wasn't coming. What? Nick and I have a personal connection. He agreed to help only because I was involved. He even cleared his schedule just for this. If I hadn't been coming, this wouldn't have happened at all. So once he realized I'd been excluded, told to stay home, he pulled out, and frankly, I don't blame him. He just ditched us over that? That's absurd! He's supposed to be a professional. What kind of coordinator walks away because of personal feelings? Nick wasn't being paid. He was helping us as a favor, a personal favor to me. And now that you've treated me like garbage, kicked me off the trip, and made it very clear I'm not family, you've also lost the one person who could have made this vacation run smoothly. Actions have consequences. So what are we supposed to do now? Just sleep at the airport? I'd recommend you start searching for a hotel that has vacancy. Maybe call around, look online. Though, honestly, in peak season, last-minute options are going to be limited. You're seriously just going to sit there and let this happen? You mean the way you sat there and watched me get excluded from a family trip without lifting a finger? Don't get smart with me. This is your fault. How exactly is it my fault? I was told I wasn't family. I was told I had no place on the trip. You made that very clear, so I bowed out, like you wanted. I handled my side of things. Now it's your turn to handle yours. You're just going to throw us to the wolves? No, I'm just watching karma run its course. This is ridiculous. We have kids with us. Ben is furious. Everyone's tired and hungry. You think this is funny? No, but I think it's fitting. You tried to humiliate me, push me out, and make me feel like less than a person. And now you're standing outside a 5-star hotel with no room, no plan, and no support. It's poetic, really. Unbelievable! Maybe next time you think about cutting someone out of a family trip, you'll remember this. I bent over backward to help plan things. I coordinated with Nick. I made sure everything would be perfect, and you threw it all away just to make a point. We didn't think it would actually backfire like this. Well, it did, so you can either keep blaming me or start doing something productive, because standing outside that hotel isn't going to magically change the situation. Do you have any suggestions? Anything at all? Try the nearby business hotel on Kalakaua. It won't have the same ocean view or private beach, but it's clean and it has rooms available last minute. Might want to split up into groups, though. They may not have suites left. Fine, I'll call them. Good luck, Penny. And next time, maybe think twice before treating someone like they're disposable. Hi, Nick? This is Penny. I'm Paige's mother-in-law.
Hi, is something wrong?
It's about the hotel you were supposed to arrange for us. We showed up and were told our reservation couldn't be honored. I'm really confused. Is there something we missed?
That makes sense, honestly. That hotel only holds one of their premium suites for me as a professional courtesy, and it's only accessible through my direct recommendation. Since I'm not the one making that recommendation for you anymore, that room went to someone else.
Wait, so there's no way you could, I don't know, talk to them again? Maybe still help us get that same room?
I could reach out, but let me ask you something. Are you prepared to pay the full price of that room without my discount?
Oh, I mean, how expensive is it?
Penny, it's a VIP level resort. That suite you're talking about? It usually runs $1,200 to $1,500 a night, and that's on the low end. We're talking private beach access, luxury amenities, concierge service, the whole package.
But I thought you were planning to let us stay there originally.
Yeah, because Paige was coming. She and I had already talked, and she said she felt bad about the cost, but I insisted. I told her I wanted to do it as a thank you.
A thank you? For what? Did Paige do something for you?
Yeah, actually. A while back, my mom took a solo trip to the U.S. It was her dream, but unfortunately, her varicose vein condition flared up while she was there. She was in a really bad state, couldn't speak a lot of English, didn't know how to call for help.
That sounds terrifying.
It was, but Paige happened to be nearby. She stepped in, got my mom to a hospital, stayed with her the entire time, even helped translate for the doctors. And she didn't just stop there. She helped her find safe places to eat, showed her around, made sure she felt cared for while she was recovering. That kind of kindness doesn't just happen.
I didn't know any of that. Does she even speak Spanish?
Seriously? You're her mother-in-law and you didn't know she's fluent? Yeah, she used to work in international trade. She's negotiated with foreign clients in Spanish for years. She's brilliant and she's kind. That's why I respect her so much.
Well, we're her family too, you know.
Maybe in name, but from what I've heard, you didn't treat her like family. And frankly, I have zero interest in helping people who turn around and hurt the person who once helped my family. Paige didn't deserve that.
So she told you everything?
Yeah, and I believed her. And just so you know, my mom was really looking forward to seeing her again here in Hawaii. She was so excited when I told her Paige might be coming, but now that she's not, she's heartbroken. Said it ruined the mood for the whole trip.
Nick, I understand how you feel, but is there any way you could still help us? At least with booking a hotel? Honestly, it's been a nightmare trying to find something decent last minute.
That's not really my problem, is it? Maybe you should have been nicer to the one person in your group who could actually help you find a place to stay here.
Please, even just a basic hotel. Something simple. The kids are exhausted and this whole trip is falling apart. At least help us get through the next couple of nights.
Look, most hotels in Hawaii have websites and numbers you can contact to see what's available. Try asking if they have any vacancies when you call. It's not the 1800s, you can figure it out.
You're really not going to help us?
Not after what you did to Paige. You humiliated her. You excluded her from a trip she should have been part of, and now you're scrambling because it backfired. That's not my problem. I owe her, not you.
So that's it? You're just going to stand by and let our entire vacation fall apart?
It didn't fall apart on its own. You made it fall apart. You thought you could treat someone like garbage and still enjoy the perks that came with knowing her. That's not how it works. Actions have consequences.
You're being cruel. You could have just helped. You didn't have to be so cold.
No, Penny. What you did was cruel. What I'm doing is setting a boundary. Maybe next time, treat people with respect before you need something from them.
You really went and did it, didn't you? Wait, are you still in Hawaii? Or were you finally able to make it back? We've been back in New Jersey for days now, thank you very much. Oh, I see. Well, welcome home, I guess. Don't try to be cute with me. That trip was a disaster, and it's all your fault. The hotel was terrible, everything was disorganized, and nobody could even enjoy themselves. Everyone was exhausted and annoyed the whole time. You're not seriously blaming that on me, are you? You were the one who abandoned me at the airport. That's not something you just gloss over. Let's not dwell on that anymore. What I want to talk about now is that I just got a call from Ben. Oh? Ben called you? You told him, didn't you, about what happened at the airport? Of course I did. You think I was just going to pretend it didn't happen? Thanks to you, I got chewed out by him like I was a child. He was furious. I'm not surprised. He looked like he could hardly believe what I was telling him. You didn't have to go running to him with every little thing. You couldn't keep it to yourself. You couldn't have had some discretion. Discretion? You ditched your daughter-in-law at the airport, Penny. I think it's a little late to ask for grace and silence. You have no idea how much you've damaged my relationship with my son. We've always had a strong bond, and now there's this horrible tension between us, and it's your fault. No, what's damaging your relationship with Ben is your behavior. You're just trying to pin the consequences on me so you don't have to face what you did. We were a close-knit family. We never had issues like this before you came along. That's funny, because the only one I ever hear causing trouble, excluding this incident, is you. You keep trying to pretend this family is some perfect image, but it falls apart the second someone doesn't bow to you. So you think I'm the villain now, do you? You really don't see what's wrong with how you handled everything? First, you cut me out of the trip. Then you don't tell me until I'm standing in the airport with my bags. Then you let your friends believe I just didn't want to come? That's not just rude, that's intentionally cruel. I told them it was a family trip. I didn't think I had to explain everything. Exactly. You said it was a family trip. So what am I then? I'm married to your son. Am I not family? Maybe not in your eyes, but Ben still sees me as family, and that should mean something. And I was treated like a stranger, so yes, I told Ben. He deserved to know how his own mother treats his wife when he's not around. You could have at least tried to cover for me. Told him something else, anything. You didn't have to make me out to be the bad guy. So now I'm supposed to lie to protect your image? I didn't even say anything while he was on his business trip. I waited until he got back because I didn't want to distract him. But you want me to lie now that he's home? It would have saved everyone a lot of stress. No, what would have saved everyone's stress is if you had just been honest from the start. If you didn't want me there, say so. Don't invite me under the guise of a family vacation and then pretend I don't exist when we get there. Fine, I'm sorry. You want an apology? There it is. Happy now? Not even close. I'm not looking for some empty apology just so you can move on without changing anything. Ben and I talked about it, and we both agreed it's best to take a step back from you for a while. Wait, what do you mean, we both? Ben too? Yes, he was furious when he found out what happened. He said he couldn't believe you'd treat me like that. He's not going to pretend everything's fine just because you're his mom. Not this time. So what? You're cutting me off? We're not saying forever, but until something changes, yes. Ben needs time. I need space. We need to decide if this relationship is even healthy for us. You're tearing this family apart! No, you did that. You created this divide when you decided I wasn't worth including. You made it very clear how little respect you have for me. And now you're just dealing with the fallout of that. This is outrageous! Goodbye, Penny. Let us know when you're ready to treat people with kindness instead of control. Until then, we'll be just fine without you. Penny, do you have a moment? What is it now? Don't tell me you're here to talk about making peace or something. That ship has sailed. No, that's not why I'm messaging you. I just heard something. Honestly, it's almost unbelievable. What are you talking about? I was talking to Ben earlier today, and your name came up in the conversation. And? We were discussing the agency you used for the Hawaii trip. You know, the one you said you ended up arranging everything through. Yeah, what about it? Apparently, that agency didn't have the proper registration to operate as a travel business. They weren't licensed. Wait, are you serious? Yes, they've already been busted by authorities and shut down. From what I was told, the agency had been operating illegally for some time. I had no idea it was that shady. That's not even the worst part. Ben mentioned they were doing some really questionable things behind the scenes. What kind of things? They had deals with certain stores. They'd push tourists to shop at those stores, and in return, the agency would get kickbacks, commissions, under-the-table stuff. What? No way! You're not implying that I... Penny. Let's not pretend. You were extremely insistent that we buy watches at that specific store. Remember how you kept bringing it up and even guilt-tripping us when we said we didn't want to? That doesn't mean I was part of anything. Well, Nick did some digging. He knows a lot of people in Hawaii, and he said that store was one of the ones working directly with that agency. He recognized it immediately. Nick again. Why is he even involved in all this? Because he's the one who warned me to avoid that store in the first place. He had a hunch something was off, and now everything he warned me about is being confirmed. You're taking this way too far. I don't think so. In fact, I'm asking Ben to help look into all the shops that you had encouraged the others to visit during the trip. If they're tied to that agency too, it means this wasn't just one shady store. It was a whole setup. You need to stop. This is ridiculous. What are you even trying to accomplish? Just answer me this, Penny. Were you receiving money from that agency for guiding us to those stores? They offered something. They said if the group made purchases, I'd get a percentage. That's not illegal. It's a reward for helping manage the trip logistics. I put in a lot of work. I don't see why I shouldn't get a little something out of it. A little something? You try to profit off of your own family. It's not like that. We're family. What's the harm if I make a little extra while organizing everything? It's because we're family that this is so awful. You exploited that relationship. You pretended to be doing something kind, and instead, you used everyone like they were walking wallets. And don't think I didn't notice how I was excluded from everything just because you assumed I wouldn't spend enough money. That's not fair. I didn't think of you that way. You didn't even tell me I wasn't invited. You let me show up to the airport thinking I was part of the family trip and left me there without a word. That's not just unfair, Penny. That's cruel. Look, maybe I shouldn't have done it like that. But I didn't plan for things to get out of hand. I thought I could make a bit of extra cash while keeping everyone happy. You seriously think that excuse will fly with Ben and the others? Wait, you're not going to tell them, are you? Of course I am. They deserve to know what was really going on behind their so-called vacation. Come on, Paige. They'll never look at me the same if you say anything. This will blow everything up. You should have thought about that before making shady deals behind their backs. I'm sorry, but I'm not protecting you. We're family, aren't we? Doesn't that count for something? You use that word as your justification for taking advantage of us. So don't throw family in my face now. If anything, real family doesn't lie and manipulate each other for personal gain. Please, don't tell them. Maybe they'll forgive you. Maybe. But you're going to have to face the consequences of your own actions, and this time, you don't get to sweep it under the rug like nothing ever happened. After everything came to light, Ben confronted his mother directly. He didn't soften his words or beat around the bush. He sat her down and demanded the truth. At first, she tried to deflect, playing innocent like she always did. But Toru had already done his research. There was no escaping it. Eventually, she broke down and admitted everything. From the very beginning, she had been working closely with a travel agency that turned out to be operating illegally. She wasn't just a clueless customer, she was actively involved. She had received kickbacks, pocketed large sums of money, and used the opportunity to enrich herself while pretending to be generous and involved for the sake of the family. What did she do with the money? She bought expensive bags, designer shoes, luxury watches, and even treated herself to spa treatments and gourmet meals. Meanwhile, she played the victim around us, pretending she was doing everything for our benefit, pretending she was barely getting by. Ben and his siblings were shocked. It was more than just betrayal. It was calculated, selfish, and manipulative. The worst part was that she had done all of this behind the backs of the very people who trusted her. When the full extent of her actions became clear, Ben and the others made a decision. They cut her off. No more visits, no more calls, no more pretending things were fine. They told her exactly how they felt, that her obsession with money had blinded her, and that until she took real responsibility for what she had done, they wanted nothing to do with her. It wasn't just disappointment, it was complete disillusionment. She had chosen money over her own family, and that was something they couldn't forgive. As for my father-in-law, he didn't go through with the divorce. But their relationship was clearly fractured. She moved back in with her own parents and now lives quietly, isolated and ashamed. The damage she caused was something even she couldn't hide from anymore. Meanwhile, I was finally able to fulfill a dream. Not long after everything settled down, Ben and I went on our long-awaited trip to Hawaii. We had been planning it for a while, but with all the drama surrounding his mother, we kept postponing it. Now, with everything behind us, it felt like the perfect time to go. Nick, my friend who worked as a coordinator in Hawaii, helped us every step of the way. He arranged everything with care: the hotel, the tours, the restaurants, and even the transportation. It was more than a vacation, it was a reset. Every moment felt like a reward for surviving everything we had endured over the past year. We got to visit beautiful beaches, watch sunsets over the ocean, and try some of the best food we've ever had. But the best part of all was getting to reconnect with Nick's mother. Seeing her again after all these years was surprisingly emotional. She hugged me like I was family, and it reminded me that kindness still existed, even after all the betrayal I had seen. After returning home, Ben and I kept talking about Hawaii. Every meal would eventually turn into us reminiscing about a specific day or memory from the trip. It was a shared joy we hadn't had in a long time. Now we are saving up again. We want to go back. We want to feel that peace again. That happiness that came from being away from all the noise and just focusing on each other. With every coin we drop into the jar, we are building toward another adventure. And this time, we know we've earned it. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.